I turned down $125 an hour consulting role. And this is why I did it. If you would have asked me a few years ago if this is a decision I would have made, never. I would have never made a decision like that. But the growth that I have seen in myself and my business, I had to put priority into the future me and the future of my business and my family so that I can make the right decision now. When I first started as a consultant, I would have instantly said yes to $125 an hour. Honestly, I started consulting making $60 an hour, just tremendously low amount because I was in this line of recruiters. When you start your business, you want to get as many reps under your belt as possible. You want to supplement the income that you just let go. And if you have a family, you're thinking about insurance, you're thinking about everything else. Honestly, when I started consulting, I had zero idea about what I really wanted from my consulting business. I just assumed that it was going to give me time freedom and money freedom. I remember many nights my husband and I would sit and just count. What would it look like? What would our life look like if we made this much an hour? Like literally, we were just stuck in the employee mindset. We left our jobs. We started as a consultant. My goal was $90 an hour. And I would say that if I make this, that's so much money and everything would be well in place for us. But we finally realized going through the trials and working ourselves hard to the bones that you can make even $500 an hour. If 40 hours a week, you are working for $500 an hour and have no free time and you can't even enjoy your money. If you honestly started your business for freedom and you're working 40 hours weeks, then where is the freedom? That is the point where I needed to make a decision. Number one, to either own my time and decide how to spend my time. Or number two, keep trading my time for money. And then I just end up being on that endless hamster wheel that I never get off of. So I wanted more. And that's why I said no to that contract. Here's the hidden gap of an hourly role when it comes to rate is that higher rate still equals selling hours unless you frame it in a way where you have a retainer for your business or your services, that your value is what's being counted instead of an hourly rate. For this particular project, my week looked like super busy. So I will split up my week, 40 hours with them. And then I will also have to do other things for my business. Figure out how to get new clients, take care of the kids. And like I was just all over the place and I just kept getting burnt out. So the moral of this story is that some money isn't worth it because you don't want to be drained and burnt out when you start a business. You want to be able to manage that business that you started, enjoy the customers that you're working with, and then build your business so that you have team members. In addition, hourly rate typically means scope creep. You have this endless contract. And by the time I said no to my contract in particular, I have been on the project for over 2 years. So I had a contract with them that we renew every 6 months. And there were so many things that creeped up within that project that I had to handle. Of course, I'm really passionate about my job and passionate about wooing my customers. So when those things happen, I just kept doing it. I just kept adding it on. So that's the thing with hourly rate. It's just continuous change. There's no boundaries and scope creep just happens all over the place and you just go along with it. But if you don't step back as a business owner, because right now you're not working from the mindset as an employee, you're working from the mindset of a business owner. So it's so important that you take the time to step back and really analyze the work that you're doing, the value that you're providing, and then in relation to your time. And the third value here is to really analyze your energy versus your income. Energy is everything in life. Like the energy you bring to your clients, the energy you bring in life, the energy you bring to your family, your kids is also the energy that you'll get back. So if your energy is getting drained in a certain contract or a certain type of work, is the income really that important, a contract that pays well but drain you maybe deserves a second thought on it. Because in reality, you want a contract that pays well and energizes you. So it could be something that you may be doing wrong or something you forgot to put in that contract, or just in general, that client may not be your ideal client anymore. And that's okay. It's okay to walk away from certain experiences. Now, the biggest lesson that I've learned from this experience is now when I get contract that want to hire me directly, I don't ask anymore how much it is, even though that is important. But I look at my availability, I look at the mental load that it takes, I look at the depth of the contract and the long-term impact that it will have on myself and my family. And the reality is that I love what I do, and every consultant out there enjoy what they do as well. So one thing that really prompted me to change the way I do my business and really pick the type of contracts that I want to work on is to really sit and envision what type of life that I want to have. Turning down this project was such a growth moment for me. It isn't something that I'm saying that everyone needs to do if they don't have things aligned to help them move in the right direction. Don't quit working if you have no other income. You need to maintain that income until you build up the momentum to take your next step forward. Say no, it's difficult. It's really a skill that you need to practice. And prior to us saying no to that contract, we had many conversations about it. We prayed about it. We ensured that we were making the right decision to help guide our family forward. Consultants, as you're negotiating your contracts out there, I want to encourage you to be clear. Don't be afraid to speak up. Many large organizations already have a contract that they use and they reuse that contract with every contractor that they bring on. But I encourage you to take the time, read it, understand what the term means, and then you can always work along with a manager within whatever department that you're working with to help you make decisions that will best fit you and that individual. And if that doesn't work, it's okay to walk away from that contract because there are billions of people in this world and many companies that you will find your ideal customers that you connect well with them so that you are working on projects that provide peace of mind, energizes you, and then you're able to grow. If you're an IT consultant and you are here to build a sustainable business, not just profitable, but we need both, you are in the right place because I'm going to break down everything that I've gone through and every steps that I'm currently taking right now to build my business. So subscribe and let's go on the journey together.